Hey there, Firefly Initiative volunteers. Welcome again to our newsletter. This is whatever issue it is, but it's for April. And first of all, welcome back from your little jaunt to the Philippines. There was some exciting stuff that you saw over there, Smithy.
Yes, well, not only did I go to swim with sharks, which was a lot of fun, I actually made my team mates jump in the water with us, which caused a bit of an interesting conversation afterwards.
I bet.
And I've got a video to prove it, so we'll do that one day. But the
Yeah.
big thing was, for me, volunteers the world over, mate. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what country, what place. Volunteers are making a difference. And so I got to witness the Red Cross International First Aid Olympics taking place.
Wow.
And so that was basically kids in high school and uni who are volunteers coming together to learn first aid and then have an Olympics on speed to delivery and outcomes based on knowledge around CPR, first aid training and the like. So incredible. Hundreds of people on the beach, big event, screens, the whole lot. Amazing.
And all presented by a volunteer community, right?
100%. That's the thing, right? And I guess that demonstrates it really doesn't matter where you are. The value of an hour is the value of an hour, right? And these kids are getting trained up, giving their time to be able to save lives if the need comes. So, camaraderie was probably the centre point. If I take a step back and look at it, the ability to get together, do it under a team environment, feel like you're part of a community, big ticket items that we already know are the reason why you volunteer.
Yeah. And for all the volunteers out there, I'm susceptible to flick me $5 here or there, and I got a unique video of Smithy doing some springboard aerobatics over there, which is pretty amusing. So if you'd like to see that, sure, just DM me or send a message, and I'll give you the account details. You transfer that, and we can send you the file. Yeah, pretty funny.
No, lots of antics, but sunshine, feeling good, and ready to get in and grow the volunteer numbers for Firefly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
On that note, my friend,
yes.
what are our updates? Where are we at?
Well, we again, thanks to our volunteering community, because it continues to do great work and continues to grow. And just some interesting updates. We were really excited last month to have been able to eclipse the first 10,000 hours registered on the platform by our awesome volunteers. Well, that's now gone to 11,000 something or other, which is fantastic. It's gone up. So again, to all the volunteers out there that are enjoying using the Firefly Initiative platform and recording their hours, thanks for doing that. Keep doing it, because what it means is that we can now validate that in relation to the economics of it, Smithy, that our volunteers have contributed more than $1 million worth of social impact value to our communities. So again, it just goes to show that the not only from the Philippines to Bacchus Marsh, for example, volunteers everywhere.
We've got some orgs that have signed on from the US and UE, I believe. UE states over there as well.
UE, Canada, Ireland, the UK, Dubai. It's been pretty crazy. And again, that's another shout out to our volunteers. And you talked about the camaraderie and community that you saw firsthand. And I think it's just one of those things that's really awesome about this space, is because one volunteer knows another volunteer, and one person's on one committee and they're on another committee. And by that, it's virtually growing. Because
this network is like the cousins network, right? Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's connected.
Yeah. It's almost like my wife, who, as you know, she's Italian. Well, apparently, they have this kumpari and kumari, which is kind of uncle and auntie, but they're not related, but they just come from the same village, so they think they're all cousins. And our volunteer community are like that, right? It's fantastic. We're really excited about the fact that obviously our volunteers that are using Firefly see the value in it, because they're spreading the word even across oceans. So that's been really
right. We're only at the start. Our mission was to build a huge moat of volunteers and orgs who understand our mission, trust in our mission, that will deliver services ongoing, free of charge, with the view that we're supporting them to achieve their missions, right? At the end of the day, that's the fundamental premise. And that leads us into one of those key topics, my friend, which is around fundraising. So part of the newsletter this month, we'll discuss that. You want to just talk about that briefly and give us a bit of a heads up?
Yeah, look, we thought we'd touch on the newsletter because, speaking to as many orgs as I do, there is this underlying tone in the not-for-profit space that fundraising is an ongoing concern. For some organisations, it's not a real battle, whether that's brand or exposure or expertise. But for a lot of the other orgs, it's this consistent grind of how do we find some fundraising money, or how do we find, we have a session up here just coming up this week again with the Gold Coast City Council volunteering committee that are on, talking about how to make it possible for all the not-for-profits find grant applications, find opportunities that they've got sponsors. But we just want to reinforce in relation to that one of the things that we worked really hard on was the opportunity for our model to create fundraising opportunities for organisations as well. So just want to do a shout out as well. In that particular article, it talks about if fundraising is your friend, then, we get into this competitive environment too, Smithy, about, we've got all these organisations and such a small pool of money that one of the things, when you're just relying on government funding from a fundraising point of view, that becomes a real arduous process. And then from the other side of things, like events that organisations run to try and do fundraising, whether that's from raffle tickets. And it was really funny because I was having another look back at some of the stuff that we've done last year. And Kelly from First Point Cook Scouts talked about the fact that they had 80 parents helping in their fundraising activities in the previous year to raise $4,000. But through the Firefly initiative and through the partnership with corporate sponsors, that in 21 days they had raised $15,000 and blew a mind and those sort of things. So, like, we don't have $15,000 checks to hand out to every organisation, so please don't bombard us immediately.
TM Darryl on that one.
Yeah, the $5 is not going to go too far. But part of the process and the model that we've put together, we really encourage our volunteers to start looking at our local social impact sponsors who are part of that fundraising mechanism. Anyway, if you have any other questions or you'd like to know any of the tips or whatever it is that we've used, in the volunteering that both Courtney and I have done, we're happy to share. If you've got ideas that are working for you, we're happy to share them with the rest of the community as well. And we are trying to start to develop some of those different fundraising events. We call them activations or fundraising events. And we got some exciting stuff coming up about some of the things that we've put together as well. So
we certainly do, and we do it off a shoestring budget, and we hope that we continue to build like we are and keep the momentum up, which really at the end of the day comes down to you, our audience, and our friends in our communities that we support and look to help. What is going to be quite hilarious, my friends, I think, as we launch into Volunteer Week, which is coming up, and so everyone a shout out to all volunteers coming up in May. So be ready to say thank you to your volunteers through demonstrating how you care for them and their worth in your organisations. But we help with that, right? That's our aim and aspiration predominantly, is to assist you in giving that function to your volunteers. The big news is two things. We're going to be testing the concept of an online or in-person hours auction. So we're going to be asking everyone to give us what they would like to be able to bid on with the hours that they do in their communities doing good. That's the world first, and that's huge. But to celebrate that, we've employed a massive production company to create a homage to volunteering and the Firefly initiative around igniting the light of these wonderful people. We're calling it a ditty, an anthem.
The Firefly Volunteer Anthem, I've dubbed it.
Here we go. With a Firefly twist, right? With a Firefly twist.
Yeah.
So look out for that. That will go on socials. If you can like, share, love, and care on that one, that will make a huge difference as we chase 1,000 organisations on platform, which is a bit of a stretch for this year, and 10,000 volunteers. So your support is always welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to my good friend Darryl Vine. who is charging the way in Queensland and globally. Signing on and signing out, I think.
Yeah, and if you and thanks for being with us this long. And if you hang around for just a few seconds longer, you may get a sneak peek at Ignite the Light, the new release from Firefly.
Okay, early release, maybe a chorus. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway,
right.
keep being awesome, Smithy. Good to have you back from your adventures overseas, and we look forward to this month, and we look forward to celebrating National Volunteer Week with you all as well. So be 100%.
Good. See you all out there.
Come on, let's ignite the light. It's time to shine, make the world bright. With the Firefly Initiative, we unite, supporting those who do good day and night. We're calling out to the socially aware brands that want to show the world they care. Recognize, inspire, reward the doers, the ones who lend a hand, the unsung heroes.